Hello, beautiful people. Hello. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's daily reading. I am the Pink Lady, and you are watching the daily reading for today, April 26th. Now, if you are new here or if you are returning, I will explain a little of what I'm doing today. I have pulled some cards on our general energy, and I just want to jump right in and talk about it. If you've seen my previous videos in the past and you're wondering where is my spread, I have changed. Sorry, my candle just popped. But I have changed a little bit of the way that I do it. I used to do a 3-card spread where I explore the inspiration, the driving force, and the lesson of the day. But instead of breaking it down like that, I just wanted to see what Spirit had to offer us, what specific card Spirit had to offer us without asking any questions. I just wanted to know and offer what energy Spirit had to tell us today. So with that being said, I want to get straight into the reading. Thank you so much to the 2 people that are watching. Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're having a great day. But I want to get into the cards. And speaking of the cards, let me show you the first ones that I pulled. From my Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck, I pulled the Wand, Intention. From the Fender Kipper deck, I pulled 37, Poverty. And from the Crystal Oracle, I pulled the King of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Cups, as well as the Moon and the Stars. These cards just look so healing and transformative together. That's what I think. And let's talk a little bit more about what I've been thinking about, because I've been thinking a lot about this. And also, if you're watching, I urge you to take a little trip over to Instagram and follow me on Instagram at the Pink Lady. That's Pink with a Y instead of an I, just like my real name. And because that is where I post a lot more of my content. I post exclusive content on there, as well as little write-ups and things about the daily reading. So if you want to take a second and go over there. Don't stop watching right now, but after this, go over there and watch. And if you're watching from my IGTV, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And go subscribe to my YouTube channel. But enough of the promotion. Let's talk about what today is telling us. Okay. So I want to talk about specifically these 2 cards. And yeah, I was just so inspired by this message today. And I feel like a lot of what I'm going to talk about has a lot to do more than just with the energy of today. I think this is what just a lot of people have been thinking about. This might just address a lot of what has been going on. So this is a general message. This is a collective message. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. But also this can apply not just for today. This can just be this is providing clarity on just something that Spirit wants to talk to us about today, but it's not just for today. So if something that I mentioned in this video carries with you, let it carry you through the week, let it carry you through your month, let it carry you through your year. I'm not just talking about the energy only for today, but this is specifically what Spirit wants to talk to us about today. And it wants to talk to us about the personal power and how we view struggle. And the reason why I say that is because this Wand card in the Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck, it talks. Sorry, let me have to get Monty. This is Monty, by the way. And I am filming from my bed because we are quarantined. I don't want to even say the word because I'm just, but it's just like, yeah, I wanted to do something comfortable and be able to do it from my bed. So that's what I'm doing. Anyways, enough about me. Let's talk about us. Okay, so today, April 26th. Yes, April 26th, Sunday. Also, self-care. Make sure you do that for yourself. But we're going to talk about why. The reason why you should be prioritizing appreciating yourself today is because Spirit really wants to point out to us how powerful and magnificent we really are. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like with these cards today, looking at these cards, and I will also post a picture of this spread on my Instagram, but this card and the Poverty card, there is a black cat in the background and there's a black rat on the bottom. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this little boy, he's a chimney sweeper. He has literally like wands in his hand. So it reminded me of the idea that your magic has always been with you. You have always been protected and you have been guided, even when you didn't think so, even when you thought all hope was lost. Things really do happen for a reason. And I don't want this to not my throat chakra acting up. Tried it. Okay, so let's start this over. I don't want you to take this as like the whole corny, like everything happens for a reason, but it really does, because this card even talks about the idea that these little boys were chimney sweepers because they were orphans. They were sold to do jobs that no one else wanted to do. These were the jobs that people were too afraid or that were too dangerous or that were too risky. And it required the size of a child because a chimney is small. But it was talking about kids who lived this life, they didn't live long lives because of what they had to encounter and the position that they were in. But when I think about poverty, I think about circumstances that were forced upon you. This kid was just born in the world and it wanted to be free, and I'm sure it wasn't worried or even could understand the idea of the construct of money or anything like that. Yeah, but I just want to say that this card today is really speaking to the idea that, especially with this intention card and wand, these two cards together are talking about how powerful we are, and how I know some of the experiences that we may have encountered in the past might have us feeling a little defeated. We might feel taken from in some way, shape, or form, whether that is we might feel taken advantage of by people that we have encountered in our life, whether we feel taken from by the experiences that we feel like we've had to endure, or whether we just feel like life hasn't been as gracious or kind or forgiving to us as it seems to be, towards other people or for other people, or how you see people God work, or how you see God work in other people's lives. But I feel like today on April 26th, Spirit is really just urging us to understand that there is a power and like a value in struggle that is really hard to conceptualize unless you know it. And that whole idea of getting it out the mud, like certain things, you cannot manifest certain things unless you know how to really wield that power. And when I look at this poverty card and I look at this wand card, the wand, he has like branches and stuff around his wrist, and his wand is like just like wood and like a twig or like and leaves wrapped around. But he's literally manifesting magic. Like it reminds me of the idea. It's like you don't need a lot to make it shake, and that's what makes you great. Like when you can come from nothing, and it doesn't matter whatever your I don't want to say nothing, because it's literally when you come from everything, when you are born in darkness, when you are planted like a seed and you sprout on your own and you nurture yourself on your own, or with the little small family that you have, or with the huge network that you have, regardless of your predicament, when you have transmuted the idea that you only deserve crumbs, you truly know how to make things happen, because you have made things happen with crumbs, without crumbs, just an empty plate. And that's why this message is so powerful, because I feel like today we may be in our feelings, or we may be just thinking a lot about, especially with the King of Wands and the not the Two of Cups. Why did I want to say that? That's very interesting. But with the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups, I feel like since the King of Wands is in reversed, and the King of Wands always reminds me it's fire energy. So that's literally a Scorpio. What? It reminds me of the Emperor card, and of the Magician card, and that card is Scorpio and Aries. So I just want to say that. So people watching this, you could be Scorpio or Aries, or those could be heavy placements in your chart, but also the King of Wands represents Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries fire signs, or just fire energy in general. That idea of passion, that idea of vitality, that idea of, I was going to say aggression, but it doesn't always have to be necessarily aggressive, but just like the idea of, I don't know, like lioness energy. That's basically what I'm saying. But since this is in reverse, I feel like we're not necessarily seeing the full power or the full magnitude of our power. And if you look here, he literally is the King of Wands, and we have the wand here. But it's like today, for whatever reason, we have been triggered in the past, and I feel like this past upcoming moon, this new moon and this full moon, these last 2 moons that we've had have been really powerful, and I feel like a lot of people have been feeling a lot of the ramifications of it, and I feel like we are being re-inspired. Sorry, you guys. I feel like we are being re-inspired and to realize our own personal power, because since the King of Wands is in reverse, with the Knight of Cups, I feel like we may be putting out our own fire in a way, or like killing our own mood, like thinking about things, like ruminating over things that have nothing to do with us, allowing certain thoughts to kill our own vibe because we feel like things aren't happening the way that we want them to, or we feel like we aren't in the position that we need to be, or we feel like we aren't powerful enough, or we feel like we haven't accomplished enough, or we feel like we are undeserving, or we are unworthy, because the King of Wands, for the King of Wands to be in reverse and to be connected to the Knight of Pentacles, that means that you are seeing yourself like a knight when you're a king. So why are you in your feels worrying about delivering a bag or delivering a cup to somebody when you're the king with the wand and the lion and the dragon around your neck? What are you delivering to somebody? Understand the idea of attraction, adapt the mentality of feminine energy. And that's what I love, because the 2 cards coming up after this are the moon and the stars. The only thing missing is the sun. Then we would have the sun and the moon and the stars. And that's why I feel like we all need to work on today. I feel like our masculine energy, the masculine aspects of all of us, whether you are a male or a female or whatever you identify as, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. And I feel like today our masculine energy is in its bag. Yeah, our masculine ego might be a little hurt. The way that we assert ourselves in the world, the way that we value and define like our success and our worth and our strategy, the way that we actually plan our lives, the way that we live accordingly, might be disappointing us, or maybe in love, that aspect of that passion, that romance, that structure, that stability, that consistency, that excitement has been missing. And especially, like I was talking about, when you get it out the mud, you can literally make magic happen anywhere, because you've done it for yourself over and over and over and over and over again. All it took was your belief. For you to be watching this right now, for you to be listening to my voice, that means you have some sort of electronic device. That means you probably have some sort of safe home with electricity and food and some form of family. Or maybe you're just your own family, and that's cool too. But regardless, with the sun, not the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon and the stars, but with the moon and the star card being here, the moon represents the idea of the subconscious, it can also represent secrets. It can represent, it always just reminds me of things that go bump in the night, whether it be good or bad. It's things that go bump in the night, you know, those thoughts, those feelings, those truths that only come out when it's dark. And the star is what comes right after that. It's the healing, it's the transformation, it's understanding. It reminds me, it literally looks like the doorway is like transforming as the moon transforms. It like turns into this whole thing. And I love how I was saying the 2 of Cups, because the 2 of Cups are right here. There's 2 cups right here. So this also can have a lot to do with love. But I feel like today Spirit really wants us to understand the idea of our own personal power. Really wants us to not take for granted the fact that we all have the King of Wands energy within us. To not take for granted the fact that even though we may not be able to recognize it, or even though we may not even be able to show gratitude for all of the struggles that we have gone to, the situations and circumstances that were placed upon us, imposed upon us. Spirit really wants us to understand that I know it's not the way that we wanted it. And I know it wasn't always fun. And I know it hurt sometimes. But Spirit really was trying to equip us with the fight, the power, the passion, the tenacity, the resilience that is needed to create magic. This wand card is not talking about simple shit. Magic is just a manifestation of focused intention. So what are you focusing on? Focusing on hopefully you and what you can bring to the table, how you can fulfill your own emotions, how you can satisfy and satiate yourself and exercise self-control and discipline. I hope you're focusing on, your true nature, taming your inner beast, talking to your ego, talking to your shadow, talking to the primal parts of yourself that you're afraid of, that you cannot control, giving that love, offering peace to that, overextending and breaking your back for yourself. And then, and only then, extending it to other people so that everything you give to other people, it can be transformative. It can be healing. You won't feel like you have to chase anything. You will attract. That's the difference between masculine and feminine energy. So with the King of Wands in reverse, I also can see that there may be an aspect of our masculine energy that is afraid to pursue the idea of the Knight of Cups, the idea that love exists, and that that they can trust in love, and that love can be transformative even when it is not always sure. Because with the Moon card here, like I said, that does represent the subconscious and secrets. So I also feel like the King of Wands today, we're looking at the idea of just being afraid of exploring what love does to us, like being afraid to engage with people because you understand how much it actually affects you. And like I was talking about earlier, we may be thinking a lot about where and how people have taken from us with this poverty card. But like I said, magic is just the manifestation of focused intention. If you are focusing on this, then that's what you're focusing on. Or we can talk about this. It's up to you. It's literally up to all of us. I literally don't mean this to be condescending, but all it is a choice. A choice that you will continue to have to make, but a choice nonetheless. So with that being said, I don't want to make this video too long because Spirit will have me talking, and that's why I enjoy pulling randomly, but I'd be getting channeled messages for videos like hours long worth, and I'm trying to give you daily messages, and I know y'all don't be watching all the videos because I see the analytics. So I'm trying to keep the videos around 15. But oh, thank you. I mean, I can keep talking. Hey, thank you so much for joining. You should subscribe and stay tuned. I do these every day. I'm going to start doing these every day. So thank you so much, GZ. Is that what I can call you? Thank you for watching, tuning in. I hope you liked the message. Okay. I will definitely tune in tomorrow, so stay tuned. We'll try to get these videos up before 3 p.m. So check in every day around 3 p.m. to see if the Pynk Lady has uploaded another daily reading. With that being said, I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and bye.